Welcome back. What you just heard was Wartburg's Castle Singers singing the theme song to Super Mario Brothers. Wartburg's Castle Singers will be taking a road trip next weekend to the North Central ACDA Convention in Wisconsin. They were one of 12 choirs chosen out of over 100 choirs in the nation to audition for the convention. President Carolyn Lake and Vice President Ian B. join us now. Thank you guys first off for being here.
No problem.
And first off, with the Super Mario song, are you guys going to be using that?
Yeah, well, Dr. J was talking with us, and she's like, I want something weird and crazy and that we're just going to sing, and people are going to be like, what is that? So I was searching on YouTube, and I saw this Mario thing. And so I sent her a link. I was like, Dr. J, we should do this. Like, kind of kidding, and then she took me seriously. And
so now we have Mario. We had it transcribed for us and kind of made our own version of it. So.
Well, it definitely fits the category of the fun and, interesting things.
Definitely.
So why did you guys join Castle Capers, and what do you guys, why did you guys join Castle Capers, and what does it consist of throughout Castle Singers, and what does it consist of throughout the week for practice and for performances, and what do you guys do?
I joined actually the end of my freshman year. I was pulled in the last month to play saxophone with the group on tour, and I just kind of did that, and then I decided that I actually wanted to sing and join it, and then it's kind of gone from there.
Ian?
For me, it's kind of a similar thing. My freshman year, the start of winter semester, they had a couple basses drop out, and so they asked me to join, and I've been here ever since.
So what's different about Castle Singers than the other choirs?
We're a jazz choir, which like Ritter Chorus, St. Elizabeth's, and Wartburg Choir, all are more traditional choirs that do traditional choir music. Well, we're just jazz, which is just an entirely different form of music and expression.
Now, it's a smaller choir. Does that give you guys more intimate feel? Do you like that more?
I like it. I mean, we always talk about how we're a family and we're really close, and because we're a smaller group and the style of music we have, we all have a say in what goes on, and we all kind of give our own opinions and everything.
There's a lot of equality. There's not like the director and then us. There's all of us.
Yeah.
Interesting. So let's talk a little bit about this convention in Wisconsin. Do you want to explain how that's going to work?
We're going to go up there. Wartburg Choir is actually singing on Friday night, correct? And so they'll be singing, and then we're the first group on Saturday morning, and we'll just run through our show. We have like 6 different songs.
Yeah, it was a great honor to be invited to this choir after sending in our audition tapes and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So.
And yet just one of 12 choirs selected out of over 100. I mean, how did that kind of feel when you guys heard that you were chosen for this?
I didn't quite realize at first like how big of it was a huge deal. I mean, I didn't really get that. It was kind of like, okay, we're going there and we're going to sing, but I mean.
Because we only realized just now that this is the North Central ACDA convention, which is 9 different states, and they have all their choirs, audition for it, and so it's just really a great honor to be one of those 100 choirs, one of those 12 choirs out of the hundreds that auditioned.
What are you guys hoping to get out of this convention?
I think it'll definitely be good practice for tour. We're going on our international tour this year. We'll be going to Europe for a month in May term. And so this will be just good practice for us to kind of see how it'll be to run a show there, and definitely a lot of bonding with the group.
Now, last segment, I accidentally, called you guys Castle Capers, and that's the Wartburg talent show that they have every year during homecoming week. But you guys told me something interesting about Castle Capers and Castle Singers and how they're related.
Yeah, and Castle Capers got started, I don't even know how many years ago, but it got started because of the Castle Singers. They wanted to do something during homecoming, and so it's kind of the reason that show happens during homecoming week.
Now, being in the choir at Wartburg is a lot different than being involved with other activities, I'm sure, correct? And how is that?
I think for sports it's kind of the same thing, but there's a lot of time devoted to this. We practice for an hour and 45 minutes every day from about 4:30 to 6:15. And then after that, there's a lot of practice outside of class as well. I mean, there's just a lot of time and a lot of weekends devoted to it as well.
You mentioned the family atmosphere earlier. How does that help you guys come together as a choir, perform? I mean, does that improve the performance itself as well?
Yeah, well, with a lot of choirs out there, they're just kind of stationary. They just do their own thing. They look at the director, but we're told not to look at the director. We look at each other, we interact, we have fun. It just brings us together as a group.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your director? Earlier you said on how you're on kind of an even playing field and how it's fun how you work together.
Dr. J, Dr. Jane Andrews, I should say. She's kind of the life of the party, I would say.
Definitely.
She always has these zany ideas, and we usually put them into our show some way. And she just loves to get input from the choir, which I think is just a great thing to have because everybody has different ideas and different outlooks on the way we should do things, and together we can grow that way.
You guys are in leadership positions, president and vice president. What does that mean for you as members of Castle Singers?
We're kind of in charge of relaying the messages from Dr. J to the group, making sure everything runs smoothly. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know. I mean, we work out issues with the group, we work out planning and scheduling and
planning
figuring
and
out
scheduling are really the biggest parts of what we do.
and who's going to do what and who's going to be here at this time and going to be there.
And how does that balance with, I mean, Ian, you're also in Ritter Corps. How do you balance that leadership with also being in Ritter Corps?
Well, thankfully, I'm in Ritter Corps, but I'm not in a leadership position there, so it gives me a lot of freedom to do Castle Singers things when there's conflicts. But it really is just time management because there are times set aside for both choirs, thankfully. So there's not a whole lot of crossing between the two time-wise. But really, it's just about time management, and then I have studies and work, that type of thing too, that I'll have to juggle, which is really the life of a college kid, I think.
Well, it sounds like a good time, and guys, thank you so much for coming in.